Sony fanboys have honestly gone way too far. Now, recently, Austin Evans made a video talking about the new PS5, and because of this, he has been receiving a bunch of hate to the point where he's been doxxed. Now, before we get in the video, if you guys could smash that subscribe button and click that little bell icon, that'd be greatly appreciated because it is completely free and you can unsubscribe at any time. Now, if you somehow don't know who Austin Evans is, he's basically one of the biggest tech YouTube channels. I pretty much watch his channel anytime something new comes out because I trust what the guy has to say. Now, recently he uploaded this video talking about the new PS5 and how it's actually worse than the old PS5. Basically, he talks about how there are chip shortages and power consumption restrictions in some countries. So because of that, Sony released this new PS5 that pretty much adheres to those power consumption restrictions. And he noticed that this new PS5 console is a little bit lighter than the old one. So he ended up taking this thing apart and finding out that it was a little bit worse than the older model. Basically, the heatsink was a little smaller than the original. Now, besides that difference, it's basically the same exact console. I mean, the normal person is not exactly gonna notice this whatsoever, but regardless, I thought it was a pretty interesting video just to know that, hey, this console is a little bit worse than the old one. Well, for some reason, PlayStation Fanboys had a problem with this video. So much so that they started sending him death threats, doxed him, and there's even 1,000 videos out there calling him a liar and saying that he's an Xbox fanboy because Microsoft sent him a review console when the Series X came out. So a few days ago, Austin uploaded this video titled, "Let's talk about the new PS5." And he pretty much explains his motives behind the video and talks about all the hate that he's been receiving, and he even addresses the claims that he's an Xbox fanboy.
So I've gotten into some controversy. I've been doxxed. It's sort of crossing some lines that I'm just not comfortable with, and it's all over a video game console. I made a video this weekend on Saturday specifically talking about the brand new updated model of the PS5. I was kind of going into the assumption that if there was such a big weight difference that there would be some significant internal change, right? I mean, a half a pound, that's a lot of something that is missing out of the PS5. The other thing that has been everywhere is how I'm a paid Microsoft shill and I hate Sony. Look, yes, I absolutely got my hands on an Xbox Series X early. Microsoft provided an opportunity for me to take a look at the Series X. Believe me or not believe me, it's up to you, but Microsoft had nothing to do with this PS5 video. And in fact, I would go even farther and like, look, if you think that I'm some biased Microsoft shill, do you know what I did the first second I got my hands on a Series X, an actual fully functional unit? I tried to overheat the thing. Do you think Microsoft was happy when I did a prototype Xbox Series X in months ahead of time and I make a video trying to overheat it? No, they weren't happy about that. Like the doxing and some of the more extreme elements of this, I think, are way out of proportion. The level of toxicity in the community, I think, is it's a lot.
Now, in all honesty, this entire situation is just really stupid. And before anybody calls me out and says that I'm an Xbox fanboy, I literally own a PS5, okay? I pay like $800 for this thing. But just because I own this piece of plastic that plays games, that doesn't mean that I'm gonna get mad at this YouTuber for saying, oh hey, this new PS5 is a little bit worse. I don't understand how that affects me at all, because if anything, that means I have the better PS5. I don't understand what's wrong with people. People honestly take this whole console wars thing way too far. I thought this had all ended years ago. I don't understand why people are still fighting over which console is better, because at the end of the day, it's just a piece of plastic that plays games, and PC's gonna win no matter what. Like, I don't care what you say, PC Master Race all the way. But PlayStation, they've got some good exclusives. Microsoft, they got Game Pass and whatever else they're doing over there. Nintendo, they got their own thing. Everyone is doing their own thing, and it really doesn't matter which piece of plastic you choose to play games on. Imagine being a grown adult and doxing someone because they said the PS5 was bad, which is not even what Austin did, but that's pretty much what this entire situation was. A bunch of fanboys got mad because Austin dared to say, hey, guess what guys, this new console is a little bit worse than the old one. So if you are one of the absolute losers that's threatening Austin, that's doxing and harassing him because he dared to say something bad about the PlayStation 5, just stop, okay? It's not worth it. So yeah, these are just my thoughts on this entire situation. If you guys have enjoyed it, be sure to hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. I really can't believe somebody got death threats for saying the new PS5 is worse than the old one. That's something that actually happened. Wow, I love the internet.